why is creativity so important nowadays? I love that question because it reminds me of another question. Why is air important these days? Well, because we like to breathe and we want to live. That's how fundamental creativity is. It's like the air we breathe. It's the key to the fulfillment of our lives, of our potential. It's the essence of education. It's the secret of how humanity has progressed from the very beginning. Somebody was creative and said, hey, how about the wheel? It'll make things much easier. The development of tools. Think about the first poem, the first person to create music, and how all of that has evolved. Creativity is what makes life worth living. It's the key to solving all our biggest problems, all of our greatest challenges. It's the key to individual fulfillment and self-expression. And it makes life worth living because, could you imagine a world without music, without art? Having said that, people think, well, creativity is just about the arts, but no, it's about the art of living, it's about the art of learning. And yeah, you asked, is it important now? Is it more important now? Because it's always been important, but it's probably more important now than ever before, because the world we live in is so complex, it's changing so quickly, that in the past, perhaps people might have thought, okay, creativity is just for artists. But now that artistic sensibility and awareness is something that everybody needs in order to manage that rapid change and complexity. But the kind of creativity we're talking about isn't necessarily with music or art, it's to have a creative attitude towards life, to know how to define a challenge, to have a strategy for seeking solutions, to come up with solutions that might be unprecedented. That's what we call creative. You thought of a new solution, right? The word innovation, nova, means new, means nobody thought of it before. I love this question. Are people born creative, or can they be educated to be creative? Well, creativity, skill in creativity, the ability to generate ideas, the ability to make connections between ideas, to come up with new ideas. Some people do seem to have a greater natural inclination for those sorts of things. Clearly, Mozart was more musically creative than most children who have ever been born in human history. He's writing symphonies when he's 5 years old. So clearly, he's born with more musical creativity than, for example, I was. Whatever your endowment is, whatever your natural talent is, the really good news is it's something that can be developed. I may never be Mozart, I'm sure I won't be, but I've developed a lot more musical ability than I had when I was much younger. I'll never be Picasso or Leonardo da Vinci, my ultimate hero, but I learned how to draw, even though I didn't have a talent for it. And learning about music, learning how to draw, enriched my life immeasurably. So these are skills that everybody can learn. And now, as we discussed earlier, everybody needs to learn because the world's changing so much and it's so complex. So besides the fact that it's the secret of a more delightful, beautiful, enriching, and fulfilling life, to me, it's the core of education. Raising children to develop their natural creativity. And here's something else that is common sense, easy to observe, whether you're a teacher or a parent. Who are the most creative people generally? Well, they're little children, usually under age 5. Who are the most imaginative? Little children under age 5. Who are the most curious? Who asks the most questions? Little children under age 5. And who has the most energy? Little children under age 5. Now, first of all, we have to notice that there's a correlation. I believe those things go together. Curiosity, imagination, creativity, and energy. Of course, then, unfortunately, for most of those kids, they go to school. And they don't get to go to Gymnasio Fontana. They go to a standard school where they're taught that answers are more important than questions. And they start to become afraid to express themselves. What if our schools nurtured that precious resource that every child brings when they're 5 years old, when they come to their first class? What if we nurtured that and developed it so that we didn't have to do re-education to bring that back out? What if we just developed it and nurtured it from the beginning? To me, that's the revolution that's needed in schools.